Would you like to learn this? I'm going to show you how. This move is called a spread eagle. So once you've got the basic of this, you can also do some fun variations. Before we start, you need to be able to skate forwards and backwards ideally as well, because if you flip the hip, you can end up skating backwards. Also need to be able to balance on one foot, and you also need to know where your inside edges are. So chances are, if you've been doing a bubble, you know where they are because you've been leaning on the inside of your foot. So the first thing to do is to just roll on 2 feet round in a circle. And as always, don't forget your arms are going to be on the circle that your feet are tracing. What I'm going to do is a slight bend, and then I'm going to put more weight on my right foot to the point where I can make this one free. And then you're going to lift that foot, open the hip and put that leg behind you. Now what normally happens at this point is this hip comes round and you end up backwards. And that's what will probably happen at first. So don't worry, that's totally normal. I have a quick tip with the free leg. So we've put all the weight on the right foot and then you've opened your hip, and then you're going to put the left leg down. The best thing to do is to put the toe of the left foot down first. So you put the foot down in a controlled manner. Otherwise, if you don't, you put the foot down flat, it can kind of throw you off because you're not sure where the foot's going to land, and it's going to be a heavy foot. So by putting this toe down, it means that I can gradually share the weight between my legs. So let me show you. So I've got all my weight on here, and I'm putting a tiny bit on here, and as my toes go down, my heel goes down, and now it's equally spread. So let's talk about the hips, because what often happens is you turn and then this hip comes round. But doing my little toe heel trick helps to spread that weight. It's a matter of keeping both hips open. So once you've turned, you need to keep these shoulders open, and that should help to keep the hips open as well. So don't let this leading hip close, because then you'll do what's essentially an open book, closed book transition. So now you've got all the little hints and tips. Let's give it a go. So as always with anything in skating, it's much easier with a little bit of speed. So let's do that. So a bit of speed, transfer my weight, do the little toe trick, and here we are. Now shoulders open and hips open, otherwise you'll transition. Now if this way feels awkward for you, you can do it in the other direction as well. Exactly the same principle. On to the fun bit, let's do the variations. The first version was on inside edge. Now you can do this on outside edges, but it's a tough one. It's definitely going to be a leg day if you're going to try this on an outside edge. So it's the exact same principle, but rather than going round in the circle on the inside, you're going to push on the back outside. I'm going to ache tomorrow with this one. You're going to have your right foot as your leading foot, and this time rather than going round, you're going to try and think of going straight. Here we go. It's the exact same principle. So I'm going to do my drag, but I'm going to really open my hips and lean almost backwards and keep my arms really open, and then I'm going in more of a straight line. It's a really tough one, this. This next variation requires you to have a really solid heel manual, because we're going to do a spread on the inside edge, but we're going to lift both toes. So this is one of the very rare times when I say to you, don't put the weight on your ball of your foot. So we're just going to do the usual spread, and then once you get comfortable, you can lift your toes. Now for this you need quite a bit of speed. And again, this one really gets your legs. So when you get confident with this one, you can go into it with the heel down rather than the toe down like we were doing previously. So this variant is taken from ice skating. So this move was actually created by a German figure skater called Bauer. So we can do it on roller skates as well. So I shall show you that one. So this one is done back on the original inside edge, But what we're going to do is we're going to have one foot forward and one foot is going to be further back. So we're in this sort of position. So again, a bit of speed is going to help to get into this position. Yeah. You can style it out, lean back. Just have some fun with this one. One last one with this one is if I'm, say, at a roller disco and a nice slow song comes on, I'll use the spread to go around a corner. So let me show you that one. One thing I must mention is I know that this isn't very easy if you haven't got very flexible hips, but still give it a try because all it means is that your circle will just be a little bit tighter. And don't forget that all the variations I've shown you can be done in either direction as well if you find it easier. I've mentioned quite a few different skills during this video, so I've tried to link the videos for you as and when. But if you like this kind of thing, I'm going to link to my tricks playlist at the end of the video. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye! We've been doing it. I should try again. Variation. Hang on. I'm doing it differently. Okay. Is an easy way to do it. Sounds all gabbly, doesn't it? Heel up. No, with the toe up of the trailing leg. That's right, isn't it? It's the leg behind me. With the. Why can't I speak? The move we're gonna. Sorry. Sorry, the way the camera's positioned, it looks like the little circle is your nose. I'm sorry. Serious. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. You just move to the side. You know how you kind of notice, you're like, no, I'm being professional, I'm not going to notice that. But I couldn't unnotice it.